Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB WTCR Championship. This is round 1, race 3 from Monza. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB WTCR Championship Season 2 here on GT Sport. This is race 3 of round 1 at Monza. Let's take you through the grid for race 3. So it is Darren on pole position then. Darren takes pole position in the TT with Will in second place. We've got Steve Paramore in third with Red Bull in fourth. And they're all on the soft tyres, with Blake in 5th on the mediums, Techno 6th in the Atenza on the super softs, mediums for Bradders in the RCZ, with Firepower in 8th in the Scirocco, Rodders in 9th on medium tyres in his Lexus, also alongside Stevie with the Evo on medium tyres as well. Bidster on the RCZ on super softs, with Seat 1 12th on super softs, Jamo on mediums in the WRX, with Neil Farmack in 14th on the super softs, TY in 15th and Woo Woo in 16th. So remember, this is a complete reverse grid, this one. So complete reverse grid in this one. This is going to make things really interesting. So we're getting ready for the off here at Monza. Waiting for the lights to come on. Here they go, there's the red light. Ready for away, and green we go. The front wheel drives are quite slow off the line. You can see the rear wheel drives and the four wheel drives taking advantage there as we go down towards turn 1. Everyone close together. Down towards turn 1 we go. Will's in the lead, Red Bull second, Techno third, Stevie, Rodders and Blake quite close as Stevie hits the back of Rodders and the Lexus goes ahead, and then we've got a few cars on the curb on the inside, everyone trying to watch each other as they go around this first section. Seat 1, TY and Bidster, TY trying to get in the middle of Bidster and Seat 1, the Subaru trying to get in the middle of all the cars ahead of him as we all go around the Curva Grande now. Seat 1 leaves a gap, goes towards Bidster, TY then goes to the inside, 3 wide for their 11th place as we go down towards the chicane. Everyone else at the chicane, Will in the lead with Red Bull looking down the inside, no way through there. Back to the battle behind. There's everyone else funneling through. TY's got ahead of Bidster and Seat 1. He's done them both in the braking zone, so the Subaru gets ahead on the brakes as we go into the first Lesmo. Bradders trying to get past Stevie, but Stevie holds on in the Evo. Then we've got Red Bull in second, so Will, Red Bull, Techno, Rodders, Darren, Blakeney in 6th, Jamo 7th, Stevie 8th, that's your top 8 for now. Bradders running wide on the gravel in the RCZ, that's not going to help him on his top end speed, but again, the Peugeot has got good top end speed, so we'll have to see how that goes. Also should point out as well, guys, the weight runners in this, obviously we're starting at the back because they have a complete reverse grid from the last race, so more or less the weight runners will be at the back of the grid. Darren with a 1 second penalty there, just getting a bit caught out on the exit of Ascari. Will then takes is still in the lead in the Mazda. Red Bull chasing him down in the BMW. The second Mazda of Techno in third, so it is a Mazda, Joyce Mazda 1-3 at the minute through Parabolica. There's Blake with Jamo behind, Stevie's in 8th. Bradders 9th, there's Steve Paramore under pressure in the Audi from TY in the Subaru. So TY in the Subaru alongside the Audi now and trying to get in the draft of all the cars ahead. Should point out the weight runners are Woo Woo on 100 kilos, Bidster second place weight on 80 kilos, Seat 1 on 60 kilos, Neil 40 kilos and Stevie on 20 kilos. There are the weight runners in this one. Blakeney defending from Jamo into the Lexus. And Jamo goes around the outside. Stevie tries to get a little bit of a cut back on him, but he can't quite get it done, or can he, because he's got a good traction out the corner. The Subaru's a little bit slower out the corner, but looks like got the speed up and got the draft. And everything's okay now, so through Curva Grande we go. So a little further back with Darren, and Darren's gone absolutely, not Darren, sorry, that was Steve Paramore in the, Darren's gone well back in the Audi, so not a good start for Darren after starting on pole position for this one. And not enjoying this Audi at the minute, as you can see there, he's not enjoying that Audi as Bidster goes through on the inside as Darren has a little mistake there. Then we go into the right-hander at the first Lesmo, and Bidster catching the wall on the inside there, that could help Darren out, but no, Darren goes wide. Jamo and Blake alongside each other into the second Lesmo, and Blake gets pushed out onto the gravel and the Jamo goes through, just 2 cars together into one, doesn't go. And then here we go, Stevie's on the outside of both of them now, trying to take advantage in the Evo. There goes the Evo on the outside. Evo versus Subaru. Into Ascari. Lexus trying to get himself in there. Jamo's got the inside line for the first bit. Yes, and he holds the position. Stevie can't get through yet, but one down, one to go for Stevie. Brad is in the middle of this as well on the medium tyres. Absolutely incredible race here. All of them close together from 5th almost to the back of the grid in one shot. There it is, 5th to the last in one shot. Incredible. Into Parabolica we go. Blatney on the inside of Stevie. Steve Paramore trying to follow him through for a few more positions. There's contact. Bradders get hit. There's contact with Bradders and Bidster. There goes through. So the two Peugeot swap. Bradders goes backwards after a bit of contact. I think it was contact with Stevie because Stevie's losing places now. And they're all together down the straight. Everyone wanting to be 5th. Everyone wanting to be 5th. We go across. There they all are. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone through at once. Off Will then. Red Bull in the lead of the race on lap 3. Here's Rodders and Techno, and here's everyone else. Stop, boys. You've got to turn right and left here. Oh, Steve Paramore hits the back of Blake and goes wide, and he gets bullied off the track. Steve Paramore goes into the gravel as well. Blatney rejoined and hits seat 1 and spins out. The Lexus goes to the back of the field. Unlucky there for Blake, just got shuffled out and ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ended up getting put on the gravel as the other cars were carrying speed into the corner. So just an unlucky situation there for Blake, and down at the back of the grid goes to Greg's car. Meanwhile, Techno putting pressure on Rodders for 3rd place, and everyone else into the chicane. Stevie with a little bit of a penalty to get rid of there. Darren running wider. Oh, Neil Farmack cuts the chicane and goes on the inside and lets Darren go through. That wouldn't have been fair passing him like that, as firepower goes off as well, so possibly a bit of contact between the two rocket cars there. So that could be something to investigate later on, as Bradders puts pressure now on Stevie. Oh no, Jamo puts pressure on Bradders and goes straight through. There goes Bidster, there goes Woo Woo, and he'll be wondering, why do I even bother Bradders? Because he tried a little move and nothing worked, and he's now being swamped into the pack. Darren on the back of this as well. The two Peugeot side by side. Bidster's heavier than Bradders though, so I wonder if he's letting him go on the inside. Yeah, he goes back through on the inside. And Darren then has a go at Woo Woo, and there's contact, and now the BMW goes off there, and I think again the car's concertinaed it up, and Woo Woo gets a little tap, and that's all the rear wheel drive needs for it to unsettle itself. But he rejoins in 13th, he's still in drafting range, and he's still not out of this yet. But remember, Woo Woo is the heaviest car on track in this race. There goes Red Bull and Will, they are absolutely clear of everyone else. All having their own little race at the front. Red Bull defending the inside, making sure that if Will's going to go past, he's going the long way. Will goes to the left to try and go through on the outside, and hopefully get the inside for the left, but Red Bull defends into the first part of the corner, and Red Bull holds on to his lead for another couple of corners. There's Techno and Rodders, there's TY breaking away from everyone else, and then Jamo's got a massive queue behind him. So it's Jamo, Bradders and Bidster, the two Peugeots. Then it's Darren in the Audi, sliding that front wheel drive out the corner. There's Stevie down to 10th. Neil Farmack in 11th with seat 112. Woo Woo's 13th. Steve Paramore in 14th. Firepower 15th. And Blatney having spitted feathers everywhere over the first corner in 16th place. So let's have a look at the battle for 3rd. There's Techno, Rodders closed upon each other. TY's caught up to this battle as well. TY having a look at Rodders here. Gets a good run out the corner in the Subaru to the inside of the first Lesmo. Here he goes down the inside. Uses the strength of the Subaru with the 4-wheel drive and the cornering, goes straight through into 4th place now. There's Darren on the inside of Bidster. Darren on the inside of Bidster there, side by side. Darren taking 8th place off Bids and through into the 2nd Lesmo and out of it. They get a good run. Stevie gets a good run as well, but remember Bidster's heavy in this one, 80 kilos on his car, so he can't really fight back too much. He's going to have to try and stay with this pack. Neil Farmack's on this lot now as well. Stevie's got to worry about in front and behind. Look at the inside of Bidster, possibly into Ascari. No, can't do it. Stevie tucks into the pack, and it's all about the draft now down towards Parabolica. Remember, Bidster's car will be slower on the straight. Remember, Stevie has got weights on though. He's still got 20 kilos on, but that means he's still 60 kilos lighter than Bidster. As he now, Darren moves out to overtake Bradders. Darren on the inside of Bradders into Parabolica. Into Parabolica's contact between the two cars. Bradders turns in. There's a car there. And yep, Bradders, you can't turn in if there's a car on your inside, and Bidster goes through now as well. But again, Bidster will not be able to break this pack with the weight on. He's just got to hope for the best here, and maybe try and pull his teammate along a little bit. So Neil Farmack now having a go at Stevie in the Scirocco. The straight line speed of the Scirocco evident on the straight. Front wheel drive cars nice and powerful in a straight line. Brake into the first chicane. Bidster and Darren alongside each other. Bidster goes round the long way. Oh, picks up a 1 second penalty as well. So he must have gone over the curb or something, but he shouldn't really got a penalty for that because he didn't really do anything there. But Bidster then gets a penalty, and Bradders I think Bradders is going to follow through as well. He's going to try. There's Neil Farmack, seat 1, and then Stevie's gone down to 13th now. He's been shuffled back. So Stevie must have caught the gravel on the way out the corner or something, or got shuffled out. So Stevie goes down to 13th. Steve Paramore's a little look down the inside in the Audi. No way through. There they all go. Long stream of cars through the second chicane. Remember, guys, we get the replays in this championship at the end of the races, so we'll get the replays in at the end. There's Blake sliding his way through the chicane in the background. So meanwhile, Will is pulling away in this. The Mazda of Will pulling away, looking like a really good championship contender here, Will. And that Mazda showing its work, showing its gold here. It's 4-wheel drive, it's got good straight line speed, and looks like it handles quite well as well. So it looks like Will in the Team Yoist Mazda is looking good for this season. Red Bull is in second place in the Red Bull sponsored BMW. How cliche. Hopefully this one championship he might actually use a different sponsor other than Red Bull, but we'll see. TY in the wall, Subaru there goes wide, and Techno takes advantage in the Mazda and goes straight back through into third. Can TY hold on around the outside? I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, but he's trying. No, he's not. He's going to go into the back of Techno, use all the draft and try and stay with him. There's Jamo getting rid of a penalty. Penalty for Jamo. Bidster's got to get rid of his penalty as well before the line. And he's got another penalty to add on there, unless that was collision penalty, because it's not like Bidster to carry on with a penalty. But you know, it must be collision. It must be a collision penalty that we missed, because Bidster would normally serve penalties easily, but unfortunately not the case in this one. But we'll get that checked out later on. Neil Farman goes to the inside, then the Scirocco goes to the front of this little pack. Oh, Darren goes to the front. Back dives down the inside in the Audi, but he's overshot the corner, and Neil Farmack will be able to get through on the inside again. Darren a little hip and shoulder. Bidster trying to get the run as well. 3 wide. Woo Woo and Paramore side by side in the background, as well as Bidster shoves them all out. The acceleration of that Peugeot, even with the weight on, is incredible. But now we go down to the chicane. Darren looking right, left looking right. Bidster defends hard to the inside. No way through. Past me, Sunshine. You have to work for it. Darren goes to the outside. He's always on the outside. You can't, oh no, you can't pass like that, Darren. You've got to be careful. Neil Farmack comes up now, right behind Bids, and now into the Lesmo. Into the first Lesmo. Neil's got the advantage on the outside. Oh, there's contact between the two cars. Contact. Neil Farmack goes off. Darren wasn't alongside him really. He was alongside him slightly, but he wasn't fully alongside. He was only alongside the back quarter panel of Neil Farmack's car, and there's been contact. Neil spun round, and unfortunately now down to the back of the pack. He'll be fuming after that. And yeah, that wasn't really a move that was on there for Darren, because he wasn't alongside the car enough, but we'll get that clarified in replays at the end. But yeah, Darren then will be under investigation for that move, and we'll have to see how that goes, because he's tried a couple of ambitious moves in this one, and now, oh, he's spun. He must have been, he must have just got distracted from what happened with Neil there, and his mind's still not set on the track, and unfortunately goes round there and back down to 13th place. So karma is the word that I'll probably use there, as Techno in 5th place has a penalty. So unlucky for Techno there with a penalty, slowing right down before the line. Not the best place to serve the penalty. Could really do with serving the penalty before Parabolica, but it depends where he actually got it. Oh, meanwhile, at the front, Red Bull has passed Will. Will's got a couple of 58s, and Red Bull's had a 57. So, yeah, Will, for some reason, being passed by these guys and probably just drafted up to him. So, Will goes wide now. TY through on the inside of the exit of the corner, but he's not going to have the top-end speed in that Subaru, but we'll see if the Mazda can fight back through the corner. Rodders with a penalty now, so penalties everywhere in this race. There's Bids in 6th place, pulling away from Bradders now, who's got Jamo on his tail. The two Hypermax Evos have swapped places, with Stevie now ahead of Seat 1. So Seat 1 probably letting his teammate through with the less weight on his car, see what he can do. There's Steve Paramore 11th, Woo Woo to 12th, Darren 13th, Neil Farmack 14th, and Blake now down in 15th, and we've lost a car from this race. I think it's Darren. No, it's not Darren. Is he someone else? We will figure out who that is in a little bit, guys, but unfortunately someone's disconnected from the race. Red Bull's still here, and let me see, is it Woo Woo? No, Woo Woo's still there, because Woo Woo usually disconnects, so yeah, strange one, but we'll get that clarified for you at the end of the race. We'll not dwell over it too much now, but now we have Will attacking Red Bull on the inside into Ascari, looking to take back his lead in this race, alongside each other, side by side through Ascari. Red Bull holds it round the outside. What a move from Red Bull. Absolutely class. I know, I'll just defend by going around the outside of another car. Why not? So Red Bull holds on to the lead for now. Will try and attack again into Parabolica, or he'll try and wait until the straight. No, he's going to go for the inside now. He's going for it on the inside. TY's thinking, yes, take each other out. Us. Red Bull sees Will coming. He twitches the car out to the outside because he reacts to Will being up the inside, and TY then able to get down now the inside of Red Bull. But again, the straight line speed of the Subaru won't be enough as we go 3 wide down the straight. 3 wide at Monza. Mazda, BMW and Subaru, I think about that for a moment. But we go down to the first corner. TY on the extreme inside, Red Bull in the middle, Will on the outside, braking into turn 1. TY takes the lead in the Subaru at Monza, and TY now will probably try and pull away. Rod has a massive slide in the background, so definitely dripping some gravy out that pasty onto the wheels, so not good. But there's everyone else. Brad is now with a queue behind him. Brad is now ahead of Jamo, obviously after serving that penalty a while ago. And Jamo now looking to get back at him with the 4-wheel drive. There goes Stevie as well. 3 wide now again, as Stevie has to tuck in. Nope, can't quite do it that time. Bradders goes through in the Peugeot with the top end speed. Stevie will try and attack Jamo now into the second chicane. And there's Seat 1 and Woo on the back of this sponge now. They're all together, and as TY, Red Bull and Will and everyone else goes through there now into the chicane. Seat 1 and Stevie, I think Seat 1 outbraked himself, and Woo now goes and takes advantage. Tries to go down the inside. Power down to the second Lesmo. Woo on the inside of Seat 1. Steve Paramore looking to take advantage and clamped. Hits the side of the Evo. Too ambitious there, and Steve Paramore, well, he unlike his teammate, he backs out of it and lets the car go. But out of the second Lesmo now, and it is now Jamo and Bradders alongside each other now down the straight. The Peugeot should have the top end speed on the Subaru, and it does. It keeps ahead. Jamo's got to be very brave on the brakes or use the Subaru's advantage round Ascari to try. Oh, Bradders goes wide, leaves the door wide open. Jamo then round the outside of the second part, side by side to Ascari. That never works, and he gets shuffled out, and Bradders loses control. Oh my word. Jamo, lucky to keep it on track there, and so is Bradders. Bradders had a massive moment there, not his fault, but he had a massive moment. Luckily, the 4-wheel drive stability of the Subaru said, nope, you are staying on track, we'll all keep pointing in the right direction. Woo serves the time penalty now on the inside. I think his penalties are getting ridiculous. As we go out of the corner, Woo-Woo's got still another 10th to serve, so he'll probably keep to the extreme right-hand side and serve it. As he goes across the line, he can't serve it because he's got cars behind him. He's going to have to do it now. He does. Just before they cross the line, he does it. Well, that was not a good place to serve the penalty there, but he had to do it. Everyone across the line together, down towards the chicane. Meanwhile, the leaders are still... Oh, Red Bull's ahead of TY now, so they swapped again. But here come the rest of them. Darren down the extreme inside of everyone. Again, pulling these risky moves and putting himself in danger, and that's why he goes wide out the corner. That's what you get for trying to make it 3 wide, and he ends up shuffling himself again back down to the rear of the pack. So, yeah, if you're watching this, Darren, lessons to be learned from this race, just to try and not be as enthusiastic with your moves and try and take it 1 move at a time. Don't just go for 2 and 1, because it doesn't always work. And again, down to the inside, attacking again, straight back on the attack, and outbrakes himself and almost hit. Oh, well. Luckily, that time it hits the anchors that hard, he actually stops into the corner. There's Bids in 6th, Jamo in 7th. There's Bradders at penalties again showing for the cars. Just again, the chicanes blipping up all these little penalties, which are a bit silly really, but Bradders serves his there and gets rid of a little bit of it, but loses momentum down the straight, but he should be able to get back on the speed with that Peugeot. The Evos will work together, they'll give each other the draft and not Bradders, and see if we can if Stevie can pull Seat 1 along on the straight, and he has done. Seat 1 still on the inside of Bradders and holds on. Good teamwork there from the Evos, but Stevie has still got to get rid of that penalty before the end of the lap. Best to do it before Parabolic and then after it. Meanwhile, we are starting the last lap of the race, and it is 3 for the lead. TY, Red Bull and Will. They've been swapping paint all race. We've been looking at the midfield pack as well, because that's been extremely entertaining as well. But now, top 3, last lap. Who's it going to be? TY, Red Bull or Will? Subaru, BMW or Mazda? TY holds the inside line into turn 1 and actually defends it quite well on the way out, puts the car right where Red Bull wanted his, and now Will can have an attack on the back of Red Bull. Back to the other bunch. Oh, there's Rodders 4th, Techno 5th, Bids to 6th. There's Jamo pulling away in 7th from this mad lot. Bradders and everyone down towards the first corner. Bradders on the inside. We've got Woo having a little look at seat 1, who closes the door on him, absolutely shuts the door in his face, and Steve Paramore lets Darren through in the other Audi. Meanwhile, up at the front, TY still holds on to his lead, only just, because he's got Red Bull right up the inside and looking to go down the inside. No way through there. We know what Red Bull's like. If he sees a gap, he is in there. He is in there quicker than a duck takes to water. But we go through the second Lesmo, and TY pulls out a decent gap there, but again, the Red Bull's BMW is in the draft. So we've had cars bunched up at the chicane. Darren, Steve, everyone really close together. Steve Paramore and Stevie on the back of this now. Paramore takes Darren. Darren will try and fight back here on his teammate. Risky stuff with the teammates battling here. Darren back down the inside, and Steve Paramore gives him a little nudge there as the two teammates can't coordinate, and Stevie says, "Thank you, boys, I'll go straight through the middle of both of you." TY then, Will's had a penalty, that's ruined his chances. Will has a penalty at Ascari, so now it's between TY and Red Bull on the last corner, last lap. TY gets a good exit in the Subaru. Down to, Red Bull goes wide, that's going to, could that be a penalty if he runs wide? TY across the line, he's going to take the victory here. Well done to TY, he wins race 3 here at Monza. Well done to TY, Red Bull finishes in second, Will takes third, Rodders fourth, just ahead of Techno in fifth. Bids to take 6th place with the weight on, a good race there from Bids. Jamo takes 7th after finally getting away from that madness pack. And speaking of madness, here we go. Stevie on the inside of Bradders. Contact through the last corner, and Woo Woo goes through to take 8th place. He says, if you're not going to make up your minds, I'll pass you all. Woo Woo takes 8th place in the BMW as you come to the line, everyone trying to get out of drafting range. Woo Woo and Stevie 8th and 9th. We've got Steve Paramore 10th, Bradders 11th, seat 1 in 12th. Darren back in 13th with the penalty, so he'll go behind Neil Farmack probably, and Blake rounds off the 15 finishers. Absolutely incredible race there, and we will now take you to the replays of the race, followed by the results. And now let's take you to the replays of race 3 here at Monza. Okay, here's the first of the replays, going back to lap 2 on board with TY down towards Parabolica. Watch Bradders and Steve Paramore ahead, side by side. Bradders doesn't even, well, he just turns in, he knows there's a car there, but he just turns in anyway. Contact with Steve Paramore, he goes backwards, and TY says, "Thank you very much, everyone. I will take all these places off you very kindly, and I will also draft my teammate." So, yeah, well done to TY on taking advantage, but now we're all still together down towards turn 1. And you see there Blake in the draft of Jamo. We've got Steve Paramore coming alongside us again. Epically close race in this. Bitson moves out to the inside as well, trying to see what he can get. And we all go together into turn 1, everyone watching each other, and that's where Blake got sideways and Steve Paramore ended up tagging him. And now here's another look at Steve Paramore and Blake's contact on board with Bids. Watch the Audi and the Lexus. See Steve Paramore goes over the curb, bang, contact with the Lexus, and then there's Stevie and everyone else doesn't really have anywhere to go. And then that leaves Blake then gets on the power too early and again gets in a spin in anger, and then rejoins at the back of the grid. Now here's a replay on board with Darren going down towards Ascari, so we're going to go alongside Woo Woo here as everyone slows down for Ascari. We're on the inside of Woo Woo, and then it's on the curve. There's just a tiniest little bit of contact, just so unlucky the contact. Not really anyone's fault, just unfortunately 2 cars into 1 just doesn't work out. And now here's a replay looking back at Bradders on board with Bids. You see, we're actually attacking Darren, so looking back now, watch this, we go into the braking zone, brake, Bradders, little tap to Bids, and it sort of, well, that helps us get through really, but then Bids gets a 1 second penalty for the contact with Bradders, so that is absolutely ridiculous, and Bradders then gets away scot-free, and his teammate is given a 1 second penalty for doing absolutely nothing. Okay, now here's a replay with Darren on the lap 6 of misery. So he goes down the inside of both cars, trying to be ambitious, runs wide over the sausage curbs, which means all the other cars are going to try and cut back now. And you see there we get a bad one out the corner. Bids then gets back through on the cutback. Neil Farmack's trying to get through as well. We're still on board with Darren as we go through Trevor Grande. Bids are tucked in front in the Peugeot. There's a little hip and shoulder there to Neil on his outside, so not really very sporting, but still got to be careful. As we go into the chicane then, we'll see we're on the outside, got Bradders and Neil behind. brake. We're going to try and go around the outside here, and then there's contact with Bids a little bit. There's natural contact, can't help that. Neil goes through and then sort of gives Bids a bit of a push along. And I watch Darren here. He goes, right, I'm not having that. And then just brakes late, hits Neil, uses him to make the corner, and Neil Farmick then is left spinning right back down to the back of the pack. So not good driving there from Darren. Very risky and very aggressive driving, and that'll leave him with probably a disqualification from the race for that many incidents in one go. And now here's another look at that from a different angle on board with Bradders' Peugeot. So here we go at the corner and see Darren has that switch, Neil goes through, and then you can see here that Darren is not alongside that Scirocco at all, and then just goes bang, doesn't even brake until he hits Neil Farmick and just says, I'm coming straight back through. No you don't. And Neil is left spinning, poor old Neil's left spinning down to the back of the pack, and Darren the Rebel carries on. And then just after that, this happened to Darren, so he goes into the Scari, too much speed, rear end loses control, Bradders goes wide again, he doesn't have nowhere to go. Seat 1 has left with nowhere to go as well, goes onto the gravel, and Jamo and everyone else makes up places, and it leaves Darren all the way down, back in 13th now. And now here's a replay of some more epic action on lap 9 of the race. We're on lap 9, we just have to slow down to let Woo go through, and look who's back, it's Darren, going down the inside of everyone on the straight using the power of the Audi, and into the first corner, brakes in 3 wide with everyone, almost 4 wide, and then into the corner. You see there now Bradders can't slow down to make the left because he's already been squeezed by Darren on the right, so there's nothing that Darren or Bradders could do there to avoid that bit of contact, which left Darren down back in 13th place again. Here's a replay of some action on the last lap of the race then with Woo Woo into a Scari, Bradders and Seat alongside each other, a little bit of contact between them both. Seat goes wide and then Woo Woo gets past Seat 1, and now we're off down towards the Parabolica. We are in the draft with Bradders, and then he receives half a second penalty there for the possible track limits there, and down towards the Parabolica. He knows he's got to get rid of this, and Woo Woo knows that the car behind's got to get rid of a penalty as well. So he goes into the corner, Bradders gets rid of some on the brakes, and Woo Woo goes right to the outside. Bradders doesn't expect to see him there, and then Stevie goes to the inside of him, and he's like, whoa, okay, there's cars everywhere. And Woo Woo and Stevie take 8th and 9th. That was the replays of race 3. Now let's go to the results. So it is TY who wins. Well done to TY, only just ahead of Red Bull in 2nd, and the BMW quite close there. Will finishes in 3rd in the Atenza. Then we've got Rodders in 4th in the Lexus, with Techno 5th in the Mazda. Bidster is in 6th place in the Peugeot, and then it is a big gap to Jamo in 7th in the WRX, with Woo Woo in 8th in his M4. Then we've got Stevie in 8th in the Evo, as we're about to go over the page. But it's Steve Paramore in the top 10 in the TT, good for him. Bradders in 11th in the RCZ. Then it is Seat 1 and 12th in the Evo. Then it's Darren in the TT in 13th. 14th is Neil Farmick in the Scirocco. Then it is the Blake in the Lexus in 15th. Firepower is 16th in the Scirocco, but unfortunately he disconnects, so doesn't get any points. TY fast slap a 154.9. And now we move on to the championship standings after round 1. So it is TY in the lead on 43 points, with Bidster on 40 in 2nd. Woo Woo is on 39 in 3rd. Then we've got Seat 1 and Stevie in the Evo is equal on 32. Jamo 31 in 6th. 7th is Neil Farmick on 29, with Will on 29 as well. Rodders on 28, very close on the points here. Red Bull in 10th on 24. Then it's Techno 11th on 19. 17 for Bradders and Blake on 13. Then we've got Firepower 14th on 8 points. 8 points as well for Steve Paramore, and Darren in 16th on 5 points. Teams Championship, it is Walls Racing Subaru on 74, with the Mitsubishis in 2nd and on 64. Then it's 63 for the BMWs, very close there. The Peugeot on 57, Mazda are on 48, Lexus are on 41, the Rocket Volkswagens are on 37, and the Audi Sport UK cars round it off on 13 points. So that is your standings from round 1. And as you come back from that, your winner is TY. There he is in the Subaru. Well done to TY. Fantastic win for him. And a good race as well with Red Bull and Will most of the race as well. So well done to all them. So guys, we will see you all next time for round 2 of the season, which will be at Nürburgring 24-hour circuit. So here we are doing the big Nürburgring and the GP combined. That is going to be absolutely insane. We will see you all then. Take care. That was race 3 from Monza. Hope you all enjoyed that one, everyone. Really, really good racing there. Like and subscribe to LPB Racing if you would, please, because that would really help us out there. And next time, it's going to be the Nürburgring 24-hour circuit, the GP and the Nordschleife combined. It's going to be very unique, and we'll see you then in Germany. Take care.